Hello, welcome to MVP Days. My name is Mudita Jaya Chaturanga. Today I will be talking about Microsoft Teams and how you can utilize Microsoft Teams application in your day-to-day collaboration within the organization. I am a technical consultant focused on enterprise collaboration, information security, and data governance. I work primarily with Microsoft 365 and Microsoft Azure. I'm a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional on Office Apps and Services, and also a Microsoft Certified Trainer. And I hold multiple technical certifications from Microsoft on collaboration technologies as well as Office 365 and other cloud technologies. I have a technical blog which you can access by visiting to www.thecloudjournal.net, or else you can follow me on Twitter as well by for using my Twitter handle Mudita C. So today I'm not going to focus on a PowerPoint presentation on the topic that I'm going to talk about. Instead, what I'm going to do is I will take you through hands-on in the Microsoft Teams application and its features and how you can utilize them in your day-to-day life. So let's have a look. So this is Microsoft Teams application for Windows. You can access Microsoft Teams on web, mobile, and using the installable application as well on computers. On a first glance, you can see that you have a sidebar on the left-hand side, and you have your teams and their channels in this section. Also on the right hand side, the major space of the program is taken for the item that you are focusing on. For this can be the conversation tab, or else the files tab, that the files that you have access to on that particular team, or else if it is an individual conversation, that the conversation that you're having with the person, or else whatever the other third-party application or the integration that you have with the teams, or the other tab that you are accessing, will be available in this section. So to talk about Microsoft Teams and channels. So basically, a team is a group of people who are working together on a certain a project, or it can be similar job role. For example, there can be a team for the whole finance department. Also, at the same time, there can be a team for a set of people who works on a specific project that involves people from multiple departments. It can be from finance, technical, human resource, etc. So basically, a group is a bunch of users in the organization, grouped into based on the work role or the type of the work that they do. So inside of a group, there can be multiple. Instead of a team, instead of a team, there can be multiple channels. So these channels can be of focused areas or topics that people are having a special interest within the team or the group. So as you can see here in the X1050 launch team group team, there are multiple channels: general, design, digital assets, web, go-to-market plan, legal and compliance, web and social trends, etc. So people can have conversations segregate, segregated into these topics. So for example, you don't have to clutter the general channel with all of these topics. You don't want to have conversations on digital assets or design or the legal compliance in the one conversation window right here. So you can basically separate it from the general tab and then have a conversation there in that respective channel, so that it will be um, easy to find and can work with the collaborate with people. And also the other thing that you have with Microsoft Teams is that you can have individual conversations as well. It's not just about the having conversations with the members of the particular team. You can have individual conversations as well. So how you are going to do that is by basically you can start a conversation by clicking on this new chat here. So you can search for a person and then start a message right here and keep on continuing the conversation. And other than that, on the on the left hand side, on the sidebar on the left, you have the activity window where you can see all the notifications since you last accessed it, the mentions, the replies, etc. You can see here from the activity notifications window. On the meetings, basically you can schedule all your meetings as well as you can access the meetings that you have accepted or going to be in or upcoming meetings right here. So you can view these as a list, or else you can have them as a timeline as well. The view. So you can click on a meeting and you can easily see what are going on in that. So you can join the meeting, chat with participants. You can respond to the meeting if you have not yet done it. You can do all that from here. And the next one is the section. So right here you can connect your online file shares. You can connect OneDrive or SharePoint Online folders that you have access to, or else you can add a third-party file sharing tools such as Dropbox, Box, Citrix Share Files, or Google Drive as well. In addition to that, you can add other Microsoft apps that are integrated with Teams, or else third-party apps that you want to integrate with Teams. You can easily click on it, and you can go to Store, and from here you can add additional third-party applications as well. Also, this will help collaborating with people more easily. For example, if you are using, for example, Trello to track tasks and the completion of to, to track small scale projects, you can of course use Microsoft Planner. But if you have a huge list of things going on with Trello, if you still want to use it, no rush, no worry. So you can easily search for Trello and you can add that onto the Teams program as well. So there are tools that are free to add, and there are tools that you will have to pay as well, depending on the uh, uh, manufacturer of the app. All right, so let's see what else you can do with Teams. From the Teams, you can, as I said before, you can go into a channel and continue a conversation. Inside of a channel, there can be multiple threads of conversations. So as you can see in this particular channel, there are multiple threads going on. So there's one thread about the meeting, and there's the other thread about usability testing, etc. So you can have multiple threads. It's not like this is a huge single conversation window that you have no organizing of what are the conversations that people are having inside of the channel. It's not like that. It's simple as that. So you can have a start new you can start a new conversation easily. So if you just click on this conversation window and you just uh, say new or something, a new conversation, I will say MVP days, and just hit send. What will happen is it will go as a new conversation. So people can reply to this. They don't have to go replying under this, because each item that you type and present here will go as a new conversation. So the other users can always click on the reply and reply to this conversation and keep continuing the conversation inside of a channel. So these conversations can have uh, emojis, GIFs, or videos, or pictures, or whatever that you want, or even the files, PowerPoint files, Word files, Excel files, whatever that you want to share with the person that you want that you're having that, or with the members of that team. You can include them here. You can easily click on the attach item, so you can browse the teams and channels and attach files from there, or else you can attach files from your OneDrive, or the files that you have already uploaded OneDrive, or else you can easily upload from your own computer as well. And from here, you can format the conversation. So you can add a subject if you want to. This is the advanced window for you to send the message. So you can say you can start new conversation similar to this. So you can have a subject and you can type your message and send. So this is the text formatting window comes up like that, and you have your emojis. You can add whatever the emoji that you want. You can search for an emoji and add that, and then you have your GIFs. You can search for a GIF and add that to your whatever the message that you are sending. And you have your stickers as well, so you can click on it and then you can have you, stickers in your conversation. So this is a fun way of collaborating with your peoples, because you have your multiple chat applications. This can be the Facebook Messenger app, this can be WhatsApp, this can be something else. You will be using all these fun emojis, GIFs, or stickers, so whatever that you want to make the conversation more fun. And you can bring that to Teams as well. You can have them in the Teams conversations as well. And also, you can have a spontaneous meeting with the members of the team right here by clicking on this button, and then you can have other applications added to this list as well, so you can easily uh, uh, s- share information related to those applications that you are adding here. Even when you reply to a message, you have the same set of tools. You can have advanced text formatting, but unlike the start new conversation text formatter, you've you will not see the subject option when you're replying and going to the advanced text editor in a thread. All right. So af- apart from the conversations, you can easily sending some plain messages to the conversation. You can easily mention users. You just have to type the @ sign and then the name of the user you want to mention, and then that person will receive a notification saying that that particular user has been mentioned. So that's a great way of getting the attention of a specific individual for you to get a response from that person. For example, as this person has done, as I have done in the this particular thread, I have appraised, right? So I have given my kudos to this person um, on the way that he has done this particular job. So other than that, on the conversation window, you have your files tab, so you can see all the files that have uploaded in the uh, shared SharePoint document library of this particular team. So you will be able to see all of the documents re- related to, of course, to the channel that you're working with. So you can add, upload new files, you can download new files, or you can even open these files in the SharePoint Online on a separate internet browser window. But the beauty of Microsoft Teams is this is designed in a way that you do not have to switch back and forth between multiple windows or programs like you would do in the past. Whereas you would have your email program and you will look at Microsoft Outlook for emails, and then you would switch again to your web browser to access your SharePoint Online, and then you would switch to a different program or different web browser for your project management tool. But this is done in a way that you can integrate all of that into the same window and eliminate that switching back and forth between these programs to save more time. And also, other than now, apart from conversations and files tab, you can add more tabs as well. So you can see all the applications that you can add here. So as I showed earlier, you can even add Trello as a tab here into the particular channel, so people can easily work on um, uh, the task that the team members should be working on. So to go ahead and schedule a meeting in the Teams, you can easily click on the meetings icon here, and then from here you can click on the schedule meeting, add the title, the location, and everything, and then you can select channel to meet in. So you can expand the teams that you have and pick the specific channel that you want to meet in. So you can have the meeting inside of a channel, or else you can just schedule a general meeting and send invitation to people. That way, they don't have to be a member of the team, but or the channel, but they will not be having access to that particular whatever the files or the resource that you have hosted on the specific channel or the team. Uh, when you do this, what will happen is the meeting will after the meeting has happened, there will be a record in the channel. So if you recorded the meeting, then you can have a recording uploaded to that particular channel as well, so that people can refer to that meeting recording later on. So once you have all the meetings, so I will say MVP days meeting, and then I can say the location. What's the location? If you want to have it in a meeting room, you can do that by here. You can find what's the meeting room and book it, and you can provide the start and end date and the time zone, what you want, the details of the meeting, and then invite your team members. So you can easily add people and schedule the meeting. The beauty of this is now in the with Microsoft Outlook, you would have to use um, scheduling assistant to see when people would be having a free time to schedule the meeting. But with Microsoft Teams, as you add a person, it shows if the person is busy or free at the time that you have picked for the meeting. So it shows the free times. What are the free times? And you can easily change your meeting time to the said time, so that it will make sure that all the people are free during that particular time period. That way you won't be receiving multiple meeting refusals or tentative meeting responses, uh, if as it would be happening on mostly happening on the other in the day-to-day life, right? All right. So I'm just going to discard changes for the just for the purpose of showing that only I went on there. And once the meeting is scheduled, you can see what's happening in your calendar. As I showed earlier, you can have the timeline view, or else you can have just a list view. This is a very familiar view for those who have used Sky for Business. When you go to the meetings window, meetings tab on the Sky for Business, you can see all the upcoming meetings in a list similar to this. So if it is a team meeting, you can see the join button. You can click on it. It will launch the meeting in the team window, and you can participate to the meeting. Everyone will be able to have a conversation similar to you they would do in Sky for Business. The Microsoft Teams also supports regular calling as well, telephone calls as well. So that you would have to subscribe to a Microsoft calling plan, and once you have that, then people will be able to dial out from or receive incoming phone calls in Microsoft Teams window normally. So that uh, that wraps up about the Teams and meetings, and we have discussed the chat is a very simple thing. You can easily start a chat with the suggested people, or else you can even search for a person from the new chat window right here, and go ahead with the conversation. So it will be private between you and that person, or else you can have multiple people as well to chat. So for example, if I want to chat with Alex, and then I can add Alan as well if I want to chat with him as well. So this particular conversation will be between Alex, Alan, and myself, not with other people or other users in your organization. At the same time, the conversations that you have in teams or channels will be visible to all the members of that particular team, right? You don't want to have a private conversation in a team or a channel. You would always need to go into the chat window and then select the people that you want to have the chat. And also in the teams, you can see in front of this digital assets web and go to market plan, there's a red circle with a number. What that means is that I have been mentioned in that particular channel this many times since I last visited the channel, so I can easily click on it and then see my the threads that I have been mentioned. So it will take me to the most earliest conversation, and I can see what this person has, why this person has mentioned me in the thread. Also, these the channels when the channels have this bold the channel name in the bold without a number, that means that there have been new conversations or replies to the threads that I'm following. But uh, uh, if I have not been mentioned in any of those conversations or replies, then there will be no number. But if I have, then you will be see the number of times that I have mentioned in that particular group since I last visited. Um, Microsoft Teams also available across the board. You can have it on the web as a web client. You can have it on your desktop. You can install the client and then use it on your desktop, or else you can use it on the mobile phones tabs similarly. So even in the Go, you can use the mobile apps and then reply and participate in these conversations, so that you will always be in the uh, continuing the conversation, so that people will always have an update, or you will be up to date with whatever the things that are going on with the within these teams and channels. And also in the teams window, you can similar to Office Sky for Business, you can change your status. So you can click on your use icon right here, and then you can change your status to whatever that you want from the available list. And also it will get changed automatically depending on your calendar as well. If you have any calls going on or meetings are happening, this will get changed according to whatever the calendar entry that you have in your environment. Um, so if you want to if you want to get the app, so you can easily click on the get app right here, and you can enter your email, and it will send out a URL for you to download from the respective app store of your mobile device. It can be either the Apple App Store, or the Android Google Play for your respective mobile device. So in Microsoft Teams, you have the search or type command on the top, so you can easily search for any content available in the Teams or the channels that you are having access to, or else you can you can enter a command. So for basically, you can start the command by typing the forward slash for a command, so you can see the activity for from the moment you started typing the forward slash, you can see a list of favorite commands. So some of these commands uses bots in the backend to retrieve information. For example, if you see the who command, and then it will use the Teams bot for that, the who bot for that. So you can type it, press space, and then you can type the question that is related to that particular command. So for example, if I need to know who is Isaiah, so I will say who is Isaiah, and it tells me that I need to add the bot. It's totally fine. I will go ahead and install it. And I will just close this one, and it has sent me a card. I will open it. So right, that is fine. I'll again just go back to Teams, start here, who is Isaiah, and it will open the tab and it will show you, ask me for permissions. I will allow it. Once that is done, it shows me who is Isaiah. It will go through the users of the company, and then it will find us who is Isaiah. It will show me he's a sales rep, works for the sales department, and his phone number and the extension or the office numbers as well. So if I want to know now, from this point onwards, if I want to know who's the Isaiah's manager, I can easily click on manager. and it will show me who is manager for the Isaiah, and shows that Miriam Graham is the manager for Isaiah, and she's a director in the sales and marketing departments. So also, if I want to see who else is working with Isaiah, I can click on works with, and it will show, but unfortunately there's no one working for Isaiah, and it doesn't show, but I will try to see who is working with Miriam. And let's see. So these are the people who are working with Miriam um, in the company. Now, one beautiful thing with the Microsoft Teams is that when you use this particular bot, you can easily see the organization chart in your organization. So you can click on your org, and you will be able to see uh, the organization chart up to the point where you are. So you will be able. This is a very nice thing indeed. And whenever you need support from Microsoft Teams, you can easily look for online content as well. But if you are going to use the help in Microsoft Teams, the help section is also built in, so you can easily search for this, to go through this and find out more information about Microsoft Teams. So this wraps up my presentation for today's MVP Days, and I hope you have had some knowledge, you have gained some knowledge about the Microsoft Teams application and how it works, how you can utilize it in your organization. And thank you very much for joining in, and I hope you would be sticking by for the to attend the other sessions as well. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach me out on my through my blog or through my Twitter handle, and I will be very happy to answer any of the questions that you may have. Thank you very much.